Someone is lying to you right now. And the terrifying part? Your brain already knows, but it's choosing not to tell you. Because being lied to doesn't just affect what you think. It rewires how you feel, how you trust, and how you see reality itself. When someone lies to you, your brain doesn't simply hear false information. It goes into conflict mode. There's a part of you that wants to believe them, especially if it's someone close. But at the same time, another part of your brain is scanning for inconsistencies, tone, timing, micro-expressions, tiny details you don't even realize you're noticing. This creates something called cognitive dissonance. Two realities trying to exist at the same time. What you're being told and what you feel is actually true. And your brain hates that tension. So it tries to resolve it, not by finding the truth, but by choosing the version that feels safer to accept. That's why sometimes you know someone is lying to you, and you still go along with it. You laugh, you nod, because accepting the lie is easier than facing what it means. If they're lying, what else have they lied about? If they're lying, can you trust them at all? Your brain isn't just protecting you from the lie, it's protecting you from the consequences of realizing it. But even when you accept the lie, your body doesn't. Your brain starts releasing stress signals, your heart rate shifts slightly, your muscles tighten, your attention sharpens in a strange, uncomfortable way. You might not notice it consciously, but you feel it. That subtle unease, that tension you can't explain. That's your brain saying something isn't right. Now here's where it gets darker. The more often you're lied to, the more your brain adapts. At first you question things, then you hesitate, then you start doubting yourself. Because if someone consistently presents a version of reality that conflicts with your perception, your brain begins to wonder, am I the one who's wrong? This is where trust starts to erode. Not just trust in others, but trust in your own judgment. Think about a moment when someone told you something that didn't feel right. Maybe they said you're overthinking, or that never happened, or you're imagining things. At first, you push back internally, but if it keeps happening, your brain starts rewriting your confidence. You second-guess your memory. You question your instincts. You hesitate before trusting your own thoughts. And that's not weakness. That's your brain trying to adapt to conflicting information, trying to survive in an environment where truth feels unstable. Your brain doesn't just react to lies, it learns from them. Every pause, every shift in tone, every inconsistency gets stored somewhere beneath your awareness. And over time, that pattern recognition sharpens into something else. You start noticing things faster, reading between words, questioning what used to feel normal. But that awareness comes at a cost. Because once your brain learns to expect deception, it doesn't limit that expectation to one person. It spreads quietly until you're analyzing everyone, searching for hidden meanings, unable to fully relax. Not because you want to, but because your brain no longer believes things are as simple as they seem. And this is where things become dangerous. Because the more you're exposed to lies, the more your brain normalizes them. At some point, something shifts. You stop reacting as strongly, you stop feeling that sharp discomfort, you stop questioning as much. Not because the lies stopped, but because your brain got tired of fighting them. It adapted. It accepted a new baseline where truth is uncertain. And when that happens, something subtle but important disappears. Clarity. You're no longer sure what's real and what isn't. You rely more on what you're told and less on what you feel. And the scariest part? You don't even notice it happening. There's a reason why manipulation rarely feels like manipulation. Because your brain is designed to maintain connection, even at the cost of accuracy, even at the cost of truth. If someone you care about lies to you, your brain doesn't immediately reject them. It tries to preserve the relationship. It softens the contradiction, justifies the inconsistency, explains away the discomfort, because losing trust feels more threatening than accepting a lie. But deep down, your brain never fully ignores it. It keeps a record. Every small inconsistency, every moment that didn't add up, every time something felt off. And those moments accumulate quietly until one day you don't feel safe anymore, even if you can't explain why. And here's the final twist. Being lied to doesn't just change how you see others. It changes how you see yourself. Because when your brain repeatedly questions reality, it starts questioning your ability to understand it. You hesitate more. You trust less. You feel uncertain in situations that used to feel simple. And over time, that uncertainty becomes part of you. So the next time you feel that subtle discomfort, that quiet tension you can't explain, don't ignore it. Because your brain is not reacting randomly. It's reacting to something it has learned to recognize, something beneath the surface, something that doesn't match the words you're hearing. And maybe the real danger isn't the lie itself, but what your brain has to become in order to live with it. So ask yourself honestly, who in your life has your brain been quietly protecting you from?